You can stay over there. Oh, yeah. Nope.
Okay, I have 6 o'clock, so we'll call the meeting to order, please. Should be a resolution to adopt the agenda. Resolution number
2022-076, moved by myself, seconded by Councilor Ward. Be it resolved that the agenda be adopted as presented.
Call the question, all those in favor? Aye. Carried. Confirmation of the minutes.
Resolution number 2022-077, moved by myself, seconded by Councilor Ward. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting of April 11th, 2022 be hereby approved. All statutory declarations have been complied with.
We'll call the question again, all those in favor? Aye. Carried. Citizens period. I see a gentleman here this evening. If you want to. Yes, please. Please, come on up to the front, and if you wouldn't mind just identifying yourself. Okay. How can we help you this evening?
My name is Don Brown, and I'm here representing John and Jesse's restaurant on Gordon Avenue. And we had a couple of really high water bills, and I've sent a couple of letters to council, and then I got a response from you, which I appreciate. But I guess something that I'd like to maybe address is that for the period of time, for at least a year, our water bill, it was estimated, right? And so I mean we had no way of knowing that we had a water problem. I mean, it took us a while to find where the water leak was. In fact, I had a plumber in there, and at the time we did have a toilet that was leaking, and we got that addressed. But I thought, that can't be just a leaky toilet, right? And then in the process, I mean, the plumber had a look and went through things, and he just had a thought. He said, "Have you got water-cooled units?" And we do have a couple of water-cooled units, and one of them, I guess the valve stuck open, but I mean it drains in the back. In the back, you'd have to take a panel off, and I mean you couldn't hear it. There was no water on the floor, nothing. So I mean we could have been leaking for a year even, you know what I mean, without knowing it, and consequently we had a couple of high water bills. So. And, I guess, I don't know,
What was it estimated?
I don't know. I mean, we had an old meter, and, I mean, now we have a new meter, and apparently, there won't be any more estimations. But, yeah, I mean, for the longest time, I mean, you can see that, estimate, and as I say, for I guess a year, at least a year, before we discovered we had the water problems. It was estimation, so it didn't come to our attention, you know? So,
How much of the bill?
it's about 8,000, I guess, something like that. No, not for the year, for that, I guess it would be half a year, I guess, half a year. I don't know what you call them, but 2 quarters, there you go. 2 quarters, yeah.
Sorry, how much did you say it was?
Around $8,000. And I mean, our regular water bill would be about $550 every quarter.
Were you closed at any time during there? Like, was that during the COVID period, or were you closed?
Yeah. It was during, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were sort of half open kind of thing, you know. Yeah. This was last year, last summer, fall. Yeah.
You got business available, so we'll be back to you.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Good.
When you said drain over to the back, do you want that drain?
No, it drained into a pipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, like you know, you couldn't hear a sound. The only way to tell would be to take a panel off and look in the back, take the hose out and see, you know. But I mean, we had no clue. You know, I mean, we've had leaks, and I mean, you know, if it's leaking on the floor, we're going to fix it, you know. But this was kind of an odd thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So what made you require someone else to run that second bill? So the first bill, you were, okay, something's going on, you got a look at it, and thought of the toilet, and then you got the second bill, you got something to come back, or was that your second bill? You didn't.
Yeah, I can't really remember the timing of it, but yeah, I mean, we had the toilet fixed and thought that, you know, maybe that was it, and then, yeah, and realized, no, we still have an issue, you know. So yeah, as I say, we've got two water cool units. I mean, you know, so they're cooled by water, and then the water shuts off, but there was a stuck valve, and it was just going all the time. Yeah, so we've had that repaired, you know, so. Okay, all right, appreciate it, thanks.
Okay, well, somebody did it really late. Went all the way down to payroll and accounts.
Resolution number 2022-079, moved by myself, second by Councilor Forrester. Pay period number, or council authorized the following accounts. Pay period number 7 in the amount of $90,517.46. General check number 27818 to 27850, 27852 to 27855, and 27857 to 27882. In the amount of $199,395.22. EMTs in the amount of $161,620.03.
Any questions on the check register? Any other requirements?
Yeah, hi, Mayor, Andre. I was curious about the donation to Long Meadow. So I assume that we had put forward 200. Did we bump that up, or?
No, Andre, actually, I'm going to give a little bit extra off of my mayor's salary, so that's why it was bigger than it is.
Manitoba employee clearing something? I don't think it's part of it on here.
Oh, municipal employee clearing, that's, I believe that's the pension contribution.
Oh, okay. And one last one is that pit. I can't even see
A
it.
lot of it on me,
Yeah,
that would be legal fees and such.
oh, okay.
Okay, call the question, all those in favor?
Aye, so Andre.
Carried. Checks and balances.
Resolution number 2022-080, moved by Ms. Hall, second by Council Forster. Resolved that council authorize the following accounts: general check number 27852 and 27856 in the amount of $3,832.07.
Call the question, all those in favor? Abstain?
Aye, so Andre.
Carried, Larry, abstain. Good, it's carried. Just for a little point to CAO. Who might that be?
It's nice to have the journey come to an end and to begin Julie's journey here at Ballard Boss. Moved by myself and seconded by Councilor Atkinson. Be resolved that council will appoint Julie Fothergill as the Chief Administrative Officer to start the date of April 4th, 2020.
Probably April 1st. All right, I'll call the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
All good. Committee minutes.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councilor Atkinson, to resolve the council received the following committee minutes: Destination Market Committee, 4th and 7th, Museum Board, April 12th.
Do we typically do a resolution?
Well, that was when I was going to ask the same question. I don't, this must be something new because I've never done it before, but it is, I guess, official.
Yeah.
It is good. And it is a reminder of when we actually do get the minutes, because I know there are some points in time where you get some questions. Did we get those minutes? No, I didn't get the minutes. Yeah, we didn't get the minutes. Because I had some good examples today. I sent the CDC minutes there. But if somebody asked me 2 months from here, oh, I never got those minutes, we didn't get the minutes because the way that passed. Yeah, good idea.
Okay, we'll call the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Letter of understanding. If you want to have moved in camera for further discussion. Councilor Murphy.
I have just had some questions around procedure on that, we can discuss it now.
Okay, we'll move that into camera. Wow, really important ones. Museum board.
The minutes are attached. There's, there's nothing urgent.
Chamber of Commerce.
Last meeting was during our budget meeting, and I haven't seen a minute yet, but I know there's a big push right now on the business services award, which I'm assuming everybody has seen, as well as the trade show. So a quick update on that today. We did a text saying that there was about 30 people or 30 businesses registered for
Okay, thank you. CDC.
I've got the minutes, want to go ahead, Audrey?
yeah, 47.
basically the update. So their water leak campground, so we work with the design company, the HDFC, to start the process for designing it. We're still looking at possibly doing the pilot project for either this summer or next. Currently looking at the servicing options around water, wastewater, garbage, and the impacts on town services. Our land, Highway 283, continue outreach with potential developers and investors for the interest in the land, discussions with the urban systems on how to best utilize land, and working with some housing strategies. Call set up with potential investors for the opportunities involved. The economic development strategy is complete and will be presented to the CC board at our next meeting, May 6th. And it will be presented to council at either May 9th or the 23rd meeting. Strategy includes action items for the next 2 years to drive the overall economic success of the community. Housing, continuing conversations with ANR. Right now, they're looking into possibilities of developing a small to medium-sized unit to assess the market and build more install need. Housing needs assessment and housing market assessment is on the horizon to be updated currently, contacting the relevant community partners to share costs. This is another update for the electrical and vehicle charging stations. So the last grant for the Natural Resources Canada, unfortunately, wasn't successful, and we were asking for level 3, so those are fast chargers. So the recommitment from the town of Paw will be required to pursue another grant opportunity, roughly $25,000 minimum required as commitment for past applications. So something that we can talk about in the future. Currently, there are not any grants available. The CDC will notify them to ground funding comes available. So something comes up soon. And under the Gateway Q8 Border Group, connected with this group, and we'll be sitting down with them to review their efforts and see if the CDC consists of advocacy with the provincial and federal government. And we said the next meeting is May 6th.
Thank you. Destination marketing, the minutes attached, Councilor Lewis is not here. Cedar Lake.
We have events since last time, but Vision Quest, people can still register. I'm looking really, really forward to it. It's going to be huge this year. It's really, really exciting. Otherwise, we sit tight till the announcement on May 4th. It's a surprise until May 4th. It's exciting though.
Recycling board.
Meeting on the 28th.
The library board.
We did meet last week. The majority of the time was spent on budget. Usually we are completed our budget by January. There's some changes that need to happen, and hopefully everything is now completed and it can just be sent out as a mass email and we can approve it that way. There were some items that needed to get moved into the expense. There was some confusion with how things were done in the past. And because they were done in the past doesn't necessarily mean that they were done correctly. There's a grant in question. We need to give Flin Flon money each year, but it was being showed up top as income in brackets. It shouldn't be shown up top as income in brackets. It should be shown down below as expenses. It's just minor things like that that need to happen, and hopefully we can get that all completed and get it in already. Because we're usually done first.
SCAD, I don't believe it's been a meeting. Council Library District, KSD Committee, probably nothing. Correspondence. Letter from the Minister of Municipal Relations regarding the provincial budget for municipalities. Does it say anything?
I
the deadline for submissions for Green Team members has passed. And we've been approved for how many?
I don't know how many I haven't been informed about yet.
We're going to find out just how many we've been approved for.
I don't think got as many as we want.
Yeah, I think it was less than what we wanted.
Yeah.
Hey, Julie, I was kind of like curiosity,
I'm not sure where Sam is, but he'll be curious.
obligation of Green Team, is it, do we just get what they tell us, or do we get what we ask for?
No, we get what they give us on here.
Oh, okay.
The general feeling in the room right now is that we didn't get as many as we asked for.
Okay.
Sam just walked into the room, so they don't confirm that. Maybe we also have a firm that's around now.
No, that's okay, Mayor, I'm sure it's a lot of just a curiosity, so there's an opportunity to get more, that's all.
Do we know when the cutoff is? February?
It's like,
I'm not sure it is either.
So the cutoff is like February for applications? Okay. So I'll take that letter of permission. National Day of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls. I do believe they'd like to use the park. I'm not sure why it has to come to council.
We just brought it forward for
Oh,
information.
just for information?
So everybody will be aware that, yeah.
Because that's on May the 5th.
Yeah.
6 o'clock. I think.
Yeah.
The MS Walk, same thing.
Same thing.
Same information.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is information. Over here. Would you like to tell us a little bit about this one, Laura?
I don't know what you're looking at.
We're on the in-pay rate adjustments and reporting.
Oh, you like that?
Police.
So the increase is for the in-year only. I've confirmed with Angie that so far to date, she hasn't heard anything about any additional increase for the back pay portion. So what we're looking at is $181,600 more than what we originally estimated for the 2021-2022 pay increase amount
For that quarter?
for that whole year. Because they go from April to May, or April to March. So April 2021 to March of 2022 is their year. So it consists of 3/4 of our year and a quarter of the next year. So basically, I have to push those numbers all the way into the 2022 budget in order to make up for that whole amount, which is the sheet of paper that I gave to you guys when I came in the room. The only adjustment that's been done to budget is for these additional costs for what I'm estimating we're going to have to cover in the 2022 year now.
What's the dollar amount?
The total dollar amount for wages for this year is $3,163,000.
How much increase is that?
It's usually about 26, so 2,600 is our rough usual. Sorry, 2,600,000
Oh.
is our rough usual amount that we pay. Roughly the 2.6 to 2.7.
So the policing costs are going up 400,000?
But that's to cover the in pay,
Okay.
in year, and then plus there's going to be 2 payments of the back pay in 2022, and then 2 payments of back pay in 2023. So that 400,000 is to cover all of that. So effectively, your mill rate now changes from the last budget round that you see. And that's the only change there was, so that's the only reason I just gave you the one piece of paper with the taxation example showing how that changed from the last set of budget numbers received.
So there's no additional members. There's no new services. It's just carry on what we've had now for a while. And the cost has gone up. pay 100,000 per year.
Well, it won't be per year because that's a bunch of back pay. Like the back pay goes all the way to 2017.
So how much will it be an increase per year?
I'm looking at trying to anticipate what it's going to look like, and I'm estimating it's going to be about 2.8 in future years.
2.8 million.
2.6.
2.8 total.
It's about 200.
200,000.
Roughly, yeah. That's what I'm thinking it's going to be.
These numbers here.
Well, and they keep changing. That's the biggest problem is it seems like we're continuously getting letters and they're changing the numbers.
And the back pay, so the back pay, 400,000, and then the back pay is done?
Yes.
Or is another round back pay?
No.
400, and the back pay is done.
Let's make it clear, there's two different sets of pay that's going on here. There's the in-year pay increases, which are just 2021.
I was talking about,
The back pay is just going to be 4 payments, yeah.
okay, but all together it's 400.
No, just the 2022 year is 400. There'll be 2 payments that we'll have to make in 2023, one for each quarter.
Those 4 payments
equal 400,000. Which 4 payments? 2 in 2022. No, because that's the back pay portion. The increase for 2022 budget is going to be $400,000. There's going to be about another, I think it was about $190,000 in 2023.
So they've been paying a certain, we've been paying a certain rate of pay for a while. Right?
Yeah.
So this year they're getting an increase,
Yep.
right? How much is that?
Just for this year,
Just the increment for this year.
310,000 is what I'm putting into the 2022. Just for the pay increment that was from technically the 2021-2022.
So I just want the 2022 correspond with our budget
That's 400,000.
for the increment. So,
It consists of both amounts.
but, okay, how much is the increment?
What do you mean by
So
the
you're getting a
increase?
raise, right? You're getting
Yeah,
a
it's
raise.
about 400,000.
But doesn't that include some back pay?
Yes.
Okay, so how much is the raise?
Just the raise.
Oh, I thought you wanted the increment between, sorry, but just this year, not year.
I 400,000 minus the 181.
I'd have to go work, I'd have to,
Because the outstanding back pay amount is still being met in fully.
yes, it is. I think it's roughly $190,000.
So whatever your actual pay increase
Yeah.
is,
We still have to pay that.
and how much is that?
It's about $190,000 if I remember.
Okay.
It's a big ouch.
Any other questions?
So before we were looking at this, I think it was 27% of our budget. So now it's going to be, what, 28?
Those numbers have changed a couple times since that original 27%. I don't know if it's asked for that, but I have to back it.
So then, once we pay the 400, we would roughly have to pay about another 200 for the next couple of years to get caught up with the other.
Not for next couple of years, just next year.
Just next year.
Yeah.
And then we're caught up.
Yep. And then it'll be normal regular pay.
Okay.
At a new rate.
That new, so with the 400 plus the 180 or whatever, so close to 600, that we're done, then it's roughly whatever, that increase of $200,000 a year of pay per pay.
And normal regular pay increment increases.
So then, if none of the back pay, the federal government decides, hey, don't worry about the back pay, we're going to pay for it, that would be 600,000?
No, 385,000.
385.
Yeah.
Okay. If the feds decide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why wouldn't they?
Sure is, especially for a town
More
with
of
drugs.
that, because it, I guess, it's just that.
They're looking at it because they notified us in 2001, so it's like anyone else that gets a pay increase.
Oh,
Yeah, the pay increase is what it is.
Yeah.
The back pay collection, it's my understanding that that's where advising municipalities that it will be about 0.5% a year increase, which is why municipalities are so outraged, because this is way more than 0.5%. So, the town of Paw has absolutely nothing to do with this agreement. We just get a bill.
Yeah.
And in their calculation too for the back pay for their bills, it was, sorry.
no, you should be here.
There you go.
They were using a 2.5% increase, and it was cumulative. It wasn't just kind of straight each year. So they were combining it on top of one another. So yeah, it was quite terrible. I think it was total to 23.7% in total.
That's a lot of streets we can fix.
No doubt.
Okay, so I'm guessing more to come.
Well, not for me, not for the RCMP costs as far as I know.
Decent answer to this.
Pardon me?
There'll be more to talk about here. Presentation later.
Yeah, well, that'll be for what Sam has to do, yeah.
All right, departmental updates. You go ahead.
We've attached a report for this council meeting, and going forward, we will continue to do this, and we will have hopefully all departments on here, so that you can kind of get a grasp on what's going on and what we're up to, and you're welcome to ask questions. We may, if some of the questions are pertaining to other departments, we may have to get back to you about it, but that's something for you to read.
Did everybody read it? Do you have any questions about it?
Thanks for the update, Julie. It was much appreciated.
You're welcome.
And the department heads.
I echo that as well. It's nice to see it back on the table.
Cool. Good. All right, citizens period, there are none here, so we move right into committee of the whole. Garbage bag limit was an issue brought up by Councilor Zelinski, but he isn't here this evening, so maybe we can table that to the next meeting.
Either that, or we could say that Councillor Atkinson brought it up and take over from Councillor Zelinski. I'm not really sure that that's something that can happen. But I would like to say, though, that I believe it was probably, I don't know, maybe 18 months ago that I had mentioned the same thing with this too, that with the 4 bags, it's not doing anything for our current landfill. And to go back to 2 bags, you know, maybe that would jumpstart the recycling center again as well, so their tonnage can come up. Just comment.
Did anybody have a burning need to talk about this today, or are you just waiting until? Okay, let's table it till our minister goes. Community cleanup campaign, Councilor Murphy, are you still there?
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. As I was thinking last week or earlier, as this note, I was wondering if there's an opportunity. I know Jim and others have done a great job
But at that time, we had talked about getting back together sometime in May and getting Tidy Up Tuesday going again. So I have on my calendar to reach out to both of them.
Well, if you need support for myself, Jen, I'm willing to help out if there's something that needs to be done.
Sounds good. Council was in favor of getting Tidy Up. Yeah. I've got everything.
Do we need to create some sort of, if we were like, I know the fire department thing going on with hydrants or something, but do we need to create a tiny neighborhood drive where we have a pizza party or do we need to create a bit of a budget or should we just sort of work up the details, work up the details and come back to it?
Probably have her work out the details, come back. It's a good idea. Keep that in mind.
Thank you.
What do we consider street day?
Yeah, we're just.
Whoever gets the street day, we want to see some cleaning up.
All right, well, we do have a couple of things for India.
Be resolved that we now move ourselves into the in-camera portion of the committee of the whole with Mayor Jinks and the chair to discuss matters requiring our attention.
No one.